we did finish Taru's and Grand Endeavor 6.3. So what we're gonna do is a Stormblood Astro quest. I should have done this a while back because I need a spell from them. Jean Corner, give me the spell. All right, Jean. We have to go to the east. Top of the morning to you, Joanna. Or is it evening? It's hard to tell, locked up here in the Athenaeum day and night. You're right. Technically speaking, I can leave at any time my choosing, but it is as if some strange force prevents me from stepping into the light. But enough of that. You are here to learn what became your humble companions while you were off saving the realm. Yes, I was doing that. Well, since Ishgard's quite abrupt change in leadership, the Vault has become somewhat more receptive to the contemporary ideals of Lady Master Rufin. They have even asked our compatriot in disguise to hold for them another synopsium of Charlian astrology, and this time within the city-state proper, and not some forsaken hamlet. Nothing against the fine citizenry of Falcon's Nest, mind you. In fact, the good Rufin is foreseeing your arrival in the stars and awaits for you in the observatorium. The look on your face tells me you are less convinced, still skeptic. After all we've been through together, hey, allow me to regret this morning's reading. In the center of the Dawn Cross, we have the spear. To its left, the inverted arrow. To its right, the inverted balance. Beneath, we have the inverted spire and the inverted bowl. And finally, at the crown, is the hour. Well, do you not see it? It's plenty of stench of day, all pissed in the room on the balmy summer's eve. Though peace has settled upon our great land, it will be along the path of coming destruction that friends new and old shall discover a bush and doth bear the fruit of knowledge and hope. And to think it was you attuned to all 6 heavens. Yeah, you know more about this than I do, my dude. A little more elbow grease, you'll be able to do this. In other words, she who brought peace to Ishgard, that would be you, will walk the road south to the observatorium, where, I don't know, you shall read some books with Lady Laveva, discover a new spell, delivering excruciating pain to your enemies and their families? It sounded more convincing when she explained it to me this morning of that bottle of wine. Or was it 2 bottles? Like you were drinking bottles of wine with her. At any rate, I would suggest you make haste. You know how our little protege, who does not take kindly to those who make her wait. It's good to see you again, Joanna, and something tells me you will be back again soon. Wink. So your predictions? Speak with a little bit. I also forgot that she did indeed take her dad's name to hide out from the enemy Charlian astrologians. Where the heck is she? Wait, the observatorium, does that mean she's over there at the... Yes, she's over there. Okay, cool. The Dragon Head. Yeah, it's been a while since I did the Heavensward one, so I did forget that little detail. Oh boy. What happened to music? Is it because I'm too high? That could be it. Get ready for the longest name. First I cast Ariel, Observatorium at Dariel. Supposed to. Yo, what up, dude? How you doing? Everything good? Can you see I'm not busy? I have a little less time for your bumbling purveyors of unwanted wisdom. Alright. See you, douche. Where is she? She up? Oh, she's right here. Hey, what up, Laveva? Laviva? friend and fellow astrologian. It's so good to see you again. What has it been? 2? 3? And let's just say it's been too long. Is that a joke of the expansion cycle of 2 years? Did Jennifer not speak to you of my reading? Well then, there is hope for that well-dressed dullard yet. Though I've learned the key to success is not entrusting him with more than one task at a time, making certain that this does not require much in the way of thinking, or acting, for that matter. As for the reading, I believe it instructs as to our next step in the spreading of knowledge of... Master Ruffin! An injured traveler has arrived at our gate seeking succor! An ill omen. With me, Joanna. Please. I can walk no further. So tired. The stars were kind in guiding you to this place. The astrologians here have a way of easing one's hurts. Astrologians? I have no need of a prophecy of prognosticatio. You know what? Stop using big words. Oh, I could stay my tongue and allow you to tend to my wounds. My apologies. May you have a quick recovery, friend. In time you will come to believe the power the stars wield. Lady Leveux, Master Ruffin. Joanna's felicitous return inspires me to step out of breath for fresh air. And behold, already does it appear, a new adventure is upon us. And here I thought you made the journey south to lend your talents in preparing for the forthcoming synopsium. Master Ruffin, or was it Lady Leveux? If I may allow me to give you my thanks and my apologies for earlier. I have a tendency to allow your embroiled emotions get the best of you? That was amazing. You knew what I was going to say before I even said it. But where are my manners? I am Kyohuko of Higanshi, and I've braved storm and sea to learn of the many wonders it is said you are to be found in this magnificent realm. But you already knew that, didn't you? No, I did not. Now, if you excuse me, I must get back to matters which are important. Important matters such as astrological matters? Could you show me? I wouldn't be a burden. I'd stand in the corner, in the shadows, behind a curtain. While I appreciate the somewhat forced enthusiasm, I'm afraid that won't be put. Oh, I was merely hoping that we might be able to share insight into each other's fields. Each other's fields? You wouldn't happen to know you wouldn't happen to be a geomancer, would you? They said it, geomancer confirmed. Next job. A geomancer? So-called masters of wind and water. My grandfather had a tome written on the Far Eastern art of elemental directional divination, though much of it seemed a little more than folklore. Lady Leveux, did not the morning's reading mention friends new and old? Would the friend old in this particular little man, the friend new little man? The spear pointing west, and the balance pointing east, the arrow pointing in all directions and none. It might just mean Kyokuho. Though it pains me to admit as much, it appears your arrival has been foretold. Perhaps there is much that I can learn from you. Nay, that we can learn from each other. Ah! Oh, but there is. Soon you will learn that the push and pull of the elements brings together those who require companionship most. Yes, the elements. We will have discussed further at another juncture. For the time being, I'm placing you in the care of my first and foremost pupil, Joanna. Yeah, what up? An excellent proposal, or as I believe the Hingan say, Keikaku! Don't say that word to me. I dabbled a bit in the language when I was younger, but for the life of me, that ebon-haired emissary would not afford even a sidelong Then might I hazard that there is no finer place to begin unlocking the secrets of the stars than under the bowl near Roots Lake. I shall even lead good Kyokuho herself shot myself. If Joanna agrees to do the rest. Let's go. After you then. Next we meet Kyokuho. You will have opened the first gate and better understand the influence of the stars over all of us. Safe journeys. Fantastic. Alright, to Roots Lake in the South Shroud. The student, the cutscene photo, looks like he's smiling. So he's like totally giving me off villain energy vibes. But who knows? Maybe he's cool. Could be anything. Woo! Go. There you are. I was beginning to wonder if you hadn't been eaten by hoverflies on your way here. But I just... Shinakwana tells me that you are quite authority on things relating the bowl. So enlighten me, Honorable Sensei. I am, as you Westerners say, all eyes or... Was it ears? The bowl's origin. And the Orisons believe it is from the tree planted by your gods in the very heavens that all life was born? Fascinating. Look at the bowl! This is your bowl. Big tree. In the Far East, we know of the constellation as something different, but known all the same. I must admit, however, that seeing it under a different sky than my own fills my heart with a sense of both wonderment and now confusion, knowing what it represents to your people. Well, I cannot wrap my head around... What I cannot wrap my head around is that you would truly believe a notion so foolish as the power of the earth. A word that, by your own definition, means soil, would not come from the land itself, but rather from the sky, from 6 tiny lights flickering in the night skies. It's a little wild, yeah. We students of geomancy believe that such power naturally lies beneath our feet, ever flowing through creation, as blood does through our veins. Yet, despite the differences in our thinking, the similarities are encouraging. All trees are born of the earth, and the protection is universal. A most thought-provoking opinion that I am certain Lady Leveva will be delighted to hear. Though, might I suggest you withhold the part about being unable to wrap your head around our foolish notions unless you enjoy having a steel-toe boot wedged firmly twixt your buttocks? Got it. Shall we be going, then? By this hour, Lady Leveva will have already made the journey back to the Antonium. Cool. So dude comes out of nowhere, immediately talks to Lady Leveva, which, by the way, we didn't finish her name when we were talking to her. He stopped himself halfway, so meaning that he probably knows her. And now wants to learn astrology, Charlene astrology from her. Ain't that the most suspicious son of a thing? Lady, let's talk. My thanks for taking the hanging off my hands, and not because I think our visitor's annoying little braggart with all the manners of a kobold founding, which I still still do, but because I needed time to finish my work without distraction. So tell me, what did I miss? I see. Perhaps just Kyokuho too hastily. I still have my reservations, but I shall afford him some benefit of the doubt. For now. The teachings of geomancy may be grounded in the fairy tales and falsehoods, but my grandfather told me that every lie is born of the truth. If I can find the truth within Kyokuho's backwards beliefs, I may provide insight into our own school of thought. Seeing out of my choice to assign you as his tutor was a wise decision. Might I ask this of you, Joanna? I promise that once the synopsium has ended, I shall assume the duties of Kyokuho's tutelage. I sense good fortune in our stars, my friend. Good fortune indeed. Victory! No, 63, 65, 7, 9, 70? Maybe. Maybe shorter. Sorry, I'm eating popcorn. Just a little hungry. Also need some water. Alright, buddy, let's go. Joanna, I see you received my summons. You didn't receive my summons? Oh, damn that Janico, that fucking... Screw him! Forgive me. There shall be sufficient time for the condemnation of his soul after left Beltart. For now, I may speak to you of Kyokuho's training. Despite appearances and attitude and manners and counting habits, our traveler from the east has proven quite motivated in the study of our ways. In fact, while you were off doing whatever it is you do, he successfully opened the next 4 gates of heaven. Wow, speedrun it is. Anyway, preparations for the synopsium has left me a little time to pick up the boy's mind. But I have nevertheless managed to fully grasp a primitive concept of geomancy. In fact, I plan on incorporating several ideas and anecdotes into my presentation. It is what my father would have wanted. Now, as to why I've called you here, Kyokuho is very close to attuning to the final heaven, the spear, and I think it's only fitting that his instructor be there to accompany him during his finest moment. And because I'm obviously too occupied at the moment, I thought perhaps you could join him in my stead. Sure. Then it's settled. You shall guide young Kyokuho to his final steps of glory and enlightenment, just as I did you those many moons ago. Follow me outside, Joanna, and let us bring our friend the good tidings together. He gets to open the next gates, the final ones. Crazy. That is odd. I could have sworn he was right here, but a moment ago. Flore? Have you seen Kyokuho? Flore, are you even listening to me? If it is Hinken Naviate you seek, he hurried to the Athenium side entrance. Not 5 heartbeats past, he was quite animated, even more than usual. But one-man mummer's tragedy, full of jumping and flailing and pumping of fists. Okay. Looked up and settled the boy, so I suppose it might be that letter I handed him. It was delivered this morning. Kyokuho skimmed it over quickly, asked me several cursory questions about the heaven place, to which I gave several cursory answers, and then he was gone. And you did not try to stop him? Why would I? He was leaving. My intuition is correct, and it usually is. Something in that missive has led Gyokuho to believe that he does not have much time left in the Orisea, so he set out for the Steel Vigil, that he might open the final gate and complete his training before he departs our realm. Joanna, it looks as if our plan is already set in motion. To the Central Highlands. Alright. I love his reasoning. He's like, you didn't stop him from leaving? I was like, well, he was leaving. So why would I do that? Perfect. Awesome. 10 out of 10 logic. I'm getting a bit sleepy. I will not lie. But I will try to continue. And finish. If I don't finish, I may just do a short stream tomorrow morning or something, or whenever, and then finish there. But I feel like we can keep going at least. Then when we finish in that short stream, what I'll do is I'll just, do a longer stream there. Kick their ass. Dead. Only know like 2 buttons. Yo, buddy, I don't think you activated the final heaven. Or at least you could ask us to come do this with you. Come on, man. Joanna, this is the second time you have saved me from my folly. Well, technically speaking, this is the first. You were merely standing around as Lady Lababa healed my wounds last time. I'll stop there. I know it makes little sense to leave without saying anything, despite the fact that you and Lady Lababa and General Quinard all were but mere yawns from where I stood, but some stories are already told. And who are we to struggle against? The ebb and flow carry us forward to our fates. You almost died, dude. Alright. That's a poor excuse. The truth is, I've been summoned back to my homeland and was too ashamed to face those who had showed me much support. And so I thought to come here to open the gate to Final Heaven and then take the next trading galley out of Ul'dah before any of you realized I was gone. As you can see, things did not unfold as I planned. But since you are here, perhaps you could have one last lesson for all time's sake. Let's talk about the blessings of the spear. I see both power and compassion, the yin to the other's yang. It's as if the more I learn of your stars, the less I know. To think this may be the last time I ever see of your heavens. Getting all nostalgic already, man. Come on. There it is, the spear. With a person? What is exactly happening? It looks like a dad, maybe a child on his back. Just wielding a spear? No, there's a dude. I thought there was 2 people. I think that second creature is maybe an owl or a bird. That is a person, though. And with the opening of the 6th, I have prepared my mind and soul for the 7th. The final gate that leads to true dominion over the elements. Oh, so Lady Lababa insists. Our conversations have been eye-opening, to say the least. She theorizes that our 2 schools may actually be one and the same, whereas Astrologians look to the stars above to read their fates. Geomancers look to the star below and listen to songs and draw out answers from its whispers. While I am certain my master's back in Higanshi would cringe upon hearing that a Westerner of not 20 summers believes she has grasped 1,000 generations of teachings, I am more willing to indulge her eccentricities now that I know she means no ill will. I only wish that we would have more time to possibly see if there was some way we could have combined our knowledge to create something new, something the world has never before seen. With that, I bid you, Lady Laveva, Quimperine, Mercunial, Soft-Skinned Floreal, Sweet-Lipped Horiate, Tall Chap on the second floor, always mumbling about the star's magnitude, even Janet Quinard, the fondest of farewells. I always save Jan last. I have a long journey ahead of me, and if I do not leave now, I fear I will never be able to. Good luck. If only you learned the 7th gate. And that was a quick storyline, but we're done, I guess. Good job, guys, we did it. I finished the popcorn. I'm starting to do that thing where I drift in and out of sleep, so maybe I should just call it now. Even though I wanted to beat it all in one go. That would suck. I could try doing it tomorrow. Go to sleep and then wake up immediately and then play this game again and for a little bit and then go to work. That could work. Shoo! Lady Laveva catches you speaking to me before you have reported to her. She'll have my head thinking that it was I who made you come to me first. Alright, calm down, dude. You're back. I do not see Kyokuko. Is he fawning over Florea again? You guys stop doing that. Back to Higanshi? I cannot say this is unexpected. The deck of 60 told me as much this morning that I asked Johnny Conard what was written in the letter. When you... What, you thought him above reading another's correspondence? I thought that. But I guess not. You give him far too much credit when none is due. Kyokuko is not a child. He knew that coming to Agoras it wouldn't entail, and he knew that he would one day need to return to his homeland. And while we may not have always agreed, or I almost never agreed, I did come to respect the man and his steely resolve. Allow him his space. If the stars deem it fitting, then he will be back. Or perhaps next it will be our turn for a journey over a storm and sea. What up? Hang on. She's cute. Yeah. Wait, she does mention Kyokuko. But now Lady Laveva's teachings have garnered the attention of the vault. It appears our stars have finally risen. The arrival of brilliant and talented and handsome and talented Kyokuko is just further proof of this. He is pretty handsome, I guess. His hair is a little odd, though. Jan, why you read people's mail? He's gone! We're not saying goodbye? I cannot believe it. I will not believe it. Oh, what I would not give to have one last moment with my brother. My soulmate. Wow. Yep. He be gone. Let's go. They'll have ever told you. I read his letter. Oh, well then, yes, it will pain me to tell the other Naviates that Kyokuko has returned to his native lands, far away from the other side of the world. I may even need to personally comfort those most stricken with grief by his sudden tragic departure. You do that, I will beat you. But truth be told, I'm gonna miss having a Hingen around. He certainly did liven the place up. Godspeed, Kyohuko. But your return journey will leave you miserable and wet. But see you safely home. What a phrase. Miserable and wet, but safely home. Oh boy. I'm contemplating. I'm also very far from Mike. I'm contemplating whether or not I should continue this. Or just drift off to sleep. It's only been an hour and 40 minutes, right? Yeah, an hour and 43 minutes. There's probably a fight, and there's lore that if I drift in and out of sleep, it may not work. Also keep leaning down on my chair. But I feel like I can keep going. Let's see if we do one more quest. Let me just stretch. The Leveva really was like, first impressions? Fuck it. This guy's an asshole. Like, damn! That fast? And they also like had a bunch of moments off screen, which is a little rushed. Like, they were just like, yeah, no, they all had a bunch of moments. Kyohuko and all that, whatever. I guess someone, maybe the Astro questline was like, we don't have enough budget for this, so just tell them that they have moments off screen while you weren't here. I mean, he did learn a couple of gates of heaven. When you visit fill my heart with joy, Joanna, I cannot bring myself to smile knowing that Lady Leveva is troubled so. I thought she would be spending these final days before the synopsium placing finishing touches on her address to the vault, but she instead spends her time wandering the pillars in a daze, mumbling to herself about earth, wind, and water. I fear that Kyohuko's departure left a gap in Lady Leveva's heart, and that she knows how not to fill. I've tried at length to set her mind at ease, but one need not be reader of stars to guess how well that ended. Perhaps you spoke with her. She would finally listen to reason. Okay, now she's just obsessed with the dude. But probably not the dude, but his teachings. And the pillars. Okay. Well. No, not there. Last vigil. Oh boy. Leveva? Kinda worried about you, buddy. How you doing? Levs? What's this about Earth, Wind, and Water? Earth, Wind, and Fire, the band? Joanna, to what do I owe the honor? Now, let me guess. A good friend, Jen asked you to talk some sense into poor, addle-pated Leveva. Oh, goody. Today I have the privilege of being lectured by both of you. Why, Lady Leveva and Joanna, imagine finding you two out here in this fair day. And now for the theatrics, Jan. I know your play here. And as I've told you time and time again, I have not forgotten my duty to the Anthenium or my obligations to the Synopsium. I simply need time to think. Alone. To which I keep replying, why think alone when you have one of the greatest minds in the realm at your disposal? And Joanna, excuse me? I'll say it about you, motherfucker. The greatest minds, eh? Then riddle me this. Why are the results of my reading from that day both Joanna and Kyohuko arrived still weighing on my mind? Why does it feel as if I'm missing something, or rather misinterpreting some devilishly important detail? Peace comes first, friends are made, dangerous paths are trodden, knowledge is gained. Did that not already occur? Kyohuko and Joanna both arrived as the Dragon Song War ends. Joanna saves Kyohuko from... Oh yeah, sorry, I thought the screen was not on. Kyohuko from the death at the Steel Vigil, and knowledge of geomancy is shared with the Athenium. Yes, but what if coming destruction told by the inverted spire was not the incident at the Citadel, but something else, something far more grave? Then what would mean the prophecies? That would mean the prophecy's fruit of knowledge and hope was not Kyohuko's stories of art, but something different. Something we will only see by continuing on this perilous path. But is truly the path that... But is it truly the path that is disastrous, or our decision to pursue it? At the end of the path of disaster is hope. A big promotion is just around the corner. No, at the end of the path of disaster is hope. So we're gonna go through bad shit. We'll find hope. Exactly what I was thinking. Only through the avoidance of some unforeseen peril will hope and knowledge be acquired. And I believe the disaster in question has something to do with Kyohuko's return home, if not the return itself. It could also mean that our friend is in danger. I see where you're going with this, and while I loved our red-robed ruckus rouser as much as anyone except Flori, perhaps, surety at this time would mean the cancellation of our synopsium, and with that, any chance of the Holy See ever taking us seriously. And now you see why I've been up here all day and night biting my nails to the quick. I apologize. A lack of sleep can work ill on one's humors, but I think your intervention here today may have provided me a solution to our predicament. A solution that I am now kicking myself for not coming to earlier. A solution that I myself proposed not days ago when deciding how I might attend Kyohuko's opening of the Sixth Heaven. Joanna will travel to Henganshi. The reading did only mention friends old and friends new. I recall nothing in there about silver-haired astrologians from Charlian. But how do you propose Joanna find our charge? The Far East is a big place. Perhaps we could write a letter. Yes, and address it to Kyohuko, Higanshi. No, you dullard! We have something far better. We have the stars, and our undying faith that they will guide us to which we seek. Or Joanna could just start her search in Kugane, the port city from which Kyohuko claimed he came, focusing on locations which serve as exceptional venues for stargazing. Our pastime friend warmed to during his stay with us. Or Joanna could... No, wait. That is actually a decent proposal. Joanna, you have your quest. May the stars guide you true. Oh, and I will expect reports. Many reports, Jan. Let us return to the Alright, maybe after a few bells of rest first. Yeah, you go to bed. I'm gonna go. Also, I should take this off at the cutscene. Time to Kugane! So I'm still under the impression that that Omega Protocol was coming out this week. I guess it's 2 weeks instead. Well, makes sense, I guess. Down the stairs. Hello, pretty lady. Oh, she cute. When I wish to walk under the stars, I go with my promise to the Tasogare Bridge spanning on yon pier. The melting crimson into indigo is a sight you will not soon forget. Oh, that chocolate is still there. If it is stars you seek, then you need only look up. But if it is a fool you seek, one who calls himself a master of wind and water, when in fact he's nothing more than a cheat, a liar, and a disgrace to our noble profession, then perhaps you might find a rat somewhere where all rats hide, near the piers. Oh, he was a liar. He lied. No. Hey, what up, buddy? Grani is packed like a warehouse with multi-storied hotels, tea houses, so the kobolds will never afford a man a decent view of the skies. No, if you want to see the heavens in all its glory, you must need to make your way up. Take the bridge behind me. There atop the mighty span, the stairs you await. She faces directly west of Kugani Castle, out towards the Ruby Sea, and uttered beyond it. Her location was determined by the great geomancer who told the first Bugyo, placing it where there would ensure the city's prosperity for generations to come. Alright. Oh, okay. Now on the side. Destination. Alright, what we got? It is now magically nighttime. We did it! Woo! The power of astrologian, baby! See, someone has taken my spot. I might just slit her throat and toss her body to the tide. Hey! Yo, what up? I'm pulling your arm! Joanna! Or was it? You Westerners have such odd sayings. What brings you so far from home? A path fraught with disaster, misfortune, impending doom? Yes, well, the situation may not be as encouraging as my jovial demeanor suggests. It all began several decades ago when the Bakufu decided they were opening a port to foreign trade vessels. To accommodate the influx of ships, a section of ancient coastline forest was cleared. However, doing so angered an entity who guarded the wood for countless generations, a golden fox named Kinko. Great battle ensued, but claws and fangs were no match for cold steel. Kinko was slain and the new port complete. Fox's spirit, however, remained spoiling our milk, withering our crops, causing storms that dashed ship after ship against our rocky cliff. In desperation, Bakufu turned to the land's most powerful geomancer, my great-grandfather Kazan. Kazan used the power of the sea, disguised in land, to soothe the spirit long enough that he could erect an invisible barrier that not only protected the city, but ensured that it would prosper. At once the fortunes of Kuganis returned. My grandfather was hailed as a hero, and geomancy was the savior of our nation. Within a matter of moons, the streets were lined up with stares and tents of would-be seers, and people practically drawing coin for their advice and blessings. These pretenders, these charlatans, were not interested in the secrets. Sacred rites passed down to my grandfather from his great-grandfather and his great-grandfather before him. They were not interested in maintaining the barrier that preserved Kugani's luster and drove back the powers that would see it fall. No, they were more interested in lining their pockets. Now the bonds that hold the barrier in place are about to break, and there is none left with the knowledge to mend them. The knowledge that died with the passing of my grandfather. And so I set out to convince geomancers of Kugane that only united would we discover the means to save our fair city. That only united we would stave off the darkness, bring lasting prosperity one and all. That only united would my great-grandfather's legacy live on. Alas, I failed, branded a deceiver by those very men and women who had grown fat on deceit. Unable to mend my bonds myself, nor rouse my peers to action, I stood on this very bridge and sought an answer, and then I saw it in the setting sun. The answer lay in the west. And so I packed up my bags and headed to Eorzea in search of something, anything that could help save Kugane. I believe that's something astrology. But before I could be certain, I was summoned home. This you already knew. Since then, I've been coming here every night, hoping the stars might provide me with another revelation. But they remained silent. Joanna, the heavens speak through you. Tell me, what do they say? Geomancers don't exist. Use astrology! That's brilliant. I don't know why I didn't think of it. If there was one thing that I learned while in Ishgard, it was that Western knowledge is in many ways complicated geomancy. Used together, they might just work. After all, you need only use the aesthetic benefit that you can mend on any injury, isn't that so? No, really? Generally asking, the lesson explaining finer details of the star's power and the harness to immediately scheduled for a day after I returned home. But you know it all. Tell me how it can help to repair the barrier. I did it, great-grandfather. I found a way to make things right. Well then, we have no time to lose. My great-grandfather created his barrier by anchoring the energies of the wind, water, and earth. The 4 shrines located in north, east, south, and west ends of the city. It is there the bonds must be repaired. So, we shall begin with the nearby westerly shrine on the shore pier. Alright. I can't even finish the quest. I am, sadly, falling asleep. So we will do this some other time. Maybe not tomorrow, but close. Maybe Thursday. Not though, we did a good run. About 2 hours. 2 hours we did Tataru's Endeavor. That was hilarious. And we did a bit of the Astro quest. Next time we come back on FF14, we'll finish off the Astro quests. And, I don't know, maybe we'll do the other 80 quests. I have a bunch lined up. We could do those. But that's it. Thanks for coming by. Sorry I couldn't finish the Astro quest. I'm very, very tired. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.